Okay, there's a cat in my lap. But hey guys, today I'm going to be filming my current favorite video for you. I don't do monthly favorites because I work from home and I did pre-pandemic, so I don't wear makeup every single day. However, I love makeup, and so this is what I've been loving recently. I think my last current favorite video was probably back in the summer, like June or July. Now we are in October, and as you can see, we are full fall vibes. I went for like a super yellow look today and I'm really feeling it. Before getting into this video, subscribe to my channel. I upload every Tuesday and Thursday, and you should definitely stick around. We do fun content. I will be re-dyeing my hair soon. Things are happening, and there is a cat on my lap. Can you see that little ear? Little ear? Oh, she's on the move. Excuse me. So my first favorite is the hair. If you are new here or you've never seen my videos before or you missed, I dyed my hair orange in the beginning of September, on September 16th to be exact. Basically, my hair was blonde at the beginning of quarantine. I dyed it purple in about April because I've always wanted to dye my hair purple, and like it just felt like the right time. And then I became obsessed with colorful hair, so I actually stripped the purple out of my hair without bleach. So if you're interested in that video, I will link it down below because I did record it. Honestly, such a good method to remove pink or purple from your hair. And then I decided to go orange. So I did dye my hair orange in September. My roots were grown out to probably about here. So as you can see, we did baby lights to help blend it all together, and I probably will go get more baby lights done before the end of the year, hopefully. And then we did two beautiful chunky streaks in the front that like I think I want to make chunkier next time. Like I love them, but like I kind of want them to be like more intense. So yeah, we did that, and we dyed it orange with Pulp Riot's Lava and Nuclear. I am also going to do a video demonstrating how Pulp Riot colors fade. So I've been taking pictures after every single wash to do an update with that. So right now we're at this like, I don't even know how to describe this color. It's like a muted pumpkin almost. Like it's a very light orange. It's still a gorgeous color, but it's not my ideal color, but I am loving the orange hair. I'm getting tons of compliments. I went to Pumpkin Patch yesterday and people were loving it. So yeah, step one, orange. I'm going to start with my hair products just to kind of get them out of the way so we can get into the makeup. The first thing is the Redken Extreme Anti-Snap Anti-Breakage Leave-In for Distressed Hair. I believe this also has a heat protectant in it. When I went for my hair consultation, my hair was purple. They were like, your hair is extremely damaged, because I'm the kind of person that like, I would take care of my hair to get it to where I want it to be, and then I just like destroy it again by just like not taking care of it properly. So I've decided to invest in high-end products, and I've been using the Extreme Anti-Snap, which is has a little bit of protein in it to kind of helps keep your hair together. And honestly, I found that it's been really helping, so I love this. And then to go with that, I also like both of these masks. I think I like this one more. This is the Redken Extreme Mega Mask Treatment and Care Center for Distressed Hair. Every time I use this mask, my hair is leaps and bounds better. Now this does have protein in it. It says up here it has the protein complex in it. And so I didn't want to use protein all the time, so I went and bought this mask, which is the Redken All Soft Mega Mask Treatment and Care Center for Dry Brittle Hair. But I didn't notice, it says there's a protein treatment in this, the protein complex is in this as well, but it's like white font on a white like cream product, so I couldn't see it. So these both do have protein in them, so I wouldn't use them all the time, but at the same time, I have really dry, curly, processed hair, so I think the amount of protein in these probably aren't as severe as like a actual protein treatment. So I haven't had any issue with them so far, but just a heads up, these both do have protein in them, so I wouldn't use them necessarily every day, especially if your hair is not damaged or processed. But I love these. I've used this one more, and I will tell you that when I use this one, honestly, my hair feels baby soft afterwards. I truly am shook. And while Redken is a little bit pricey, it's definitely not as pricey as like your Sephora brand hair products. So this was about 35 Canadian dollars at Chadder's, which is like the beauty supply store at the mall. So not too bad. And now I have this one also to use. So we live. The Redken has been bringing my hair back to life. It feels so soft. Love it. Okay, makeup. So I'm gonna start with skin. Foundation wise, I have honestly been loving the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I'm in the shade L6. Since the pandemic started, I don't know if it was because it was summer or because masks, I just haven't been wanting to wear full coverage foundation. I am literally wearing it today, but it just felt right for this look. But in general, I'm not trying to wear a full coverage foundation when I leave the house. And so I like this one because it still has that satin finish to it. You apply it and like you get like the coverage you want, but it's not like full coverage. It's not thick. It's very lightweight on the skin and it's not super dewy. Like I also love my IT Cosmetics CC cream, but it's so dewy that I can't really wear a mask with it because it's not as transfer proof. Like I have to powder it so much that it just becomes like redundant. So I've just been reaching for this like truly all summer. This might have been in my last favorites video because I've been using it consistently, but I absolutely love this. Now, it's $100 Canadian. I know, insanity, but I do really like it, which is fucking even worse. Honestly, the worst is that I actually like it. I redeemed like my 2,500 shoppers points, Sephora points for $100 gift card. Then I used that gift card to buy this. So like for me, it was free, but it's really pricey, but I do really love it. I'm sorry. And then if I do want more coverage, I've been using the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Radiance Foundation with hyaluronic acid. This is F2 is my shade, and it says it has medium to full coverage. It definitely has more coverage than the Pat McGrath. And it does feel a little bit heavier on the skin. So usually I don't like use a full pump of this, or what I'll do is I'll mix them together. I like this, like this is a little bit too dark for me, F6. This is like a really nice shade for me. Sometimes I mix them together and it just kind of gives me a little bit more coverage if I want it. But again, it's like, it's a dewy finish. I would call it more of like a satin radiant finish than like a dewy finish, without being like super dewy where like you just like can't wear a mask with it, which is where we've come now. But I really do love this foundation. Concealer wise, I have been reaching for only the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I have the Pat McGrath concealer and sometimes I use it just because I'm like, wow, you really need to use this concealer. But like, honestly, this is the concealer I reach for. I have the shade Light Ivory and Fair Rose. Let me pull my sweater. It's literally freezing in here. So that's why I'm wearing a literal Sherpa sweater. I have these two shades. There is probably a shade in between these two that works for me because I have to mix these together. However, I bought Fair Rose first, and then so I automatically bought like a little bit of a darker shade so that I could mix them. So as you can see, Light Ivory is a little bit more neutral toned, and then Fair Rose is definitely very pink toned. So I generally mix them together. It's what I'm wearing under my eyes today. And like literally all over my face, and I totally love it. It's a nice, really creamy, dewy, hydrating concealer. Oh my god, my baby wipes are everywhere. Like, it gives you full coverage while still being not super cakey. I've really been loving it a lot. Now, personally, I have to set under my eyes, and so like under my eyes obviously is not dewy at all, but I've been loving it for around the face. I wish there was a way for me to like not have creasy under eyes, but here I am. Also, to kind of go with that, what I've been doing to set my under eyes to make them literally flawless is I've been using this Juno & Co. Velvet Sponge, and I've been using it dry. This is a recommendation from That Talia, and her name's not even that anymore, Taylor Wynn on YouTube. And honestly, it's such a good trick. I never thought about using a sponge dry to set my under eyes, but I've been using it, and it, as you can see, like they're super soft and they're not cakey. When I set my under eyes with a wet beauty blender, which is what I normally do, it always looks a little bit cakey, but for some reason, setting it with a dry, like velvet sponge is life-changing. Sometimes I use, like today I used my Fenty Beauty powder, and then sometimes I just use like my actual, like a MAC Merlin Skin Finish Natural if I want it to look like, today we're like very bright, but if I wanted it to look a little bit more natural, I could use that, and like they both work. And like my under eyes feel so soft, that's because of the powder, but like not cakey at all. So these two together, magic. I also think I talked about this in my last favorites video, but oh my god, the Milk Makeup cream bronzer stick. I just have the little one because it was only it was $20, and like, I want you to see. I I've been using this nonstop since I bought it like earlier this year, and like quite honestly, I don't think I'll ever use it up. Like there is no reason for me to get the large one. And I also like this one because of the size of it. It's so easy to just kind of like draw it on your face without it being too much, because the large one is like a larger circle, and I just feel like it'd be easier to do too much, whereas with this one you can just draw it and it's like the perfect size. So I almost kind of like this one more. It's a beautiful, I don't want to call it a neutral bronze, but it's definitely not a warm bronze. I've been using it with my Sephora Pro Flawless brush. This is the F56. I bought this because I think it was half, at one point foundation brushes were half price if you bought a foundation. So when I bought the Fenty foundation, I bought this, and I didn't like it for foundation, but it's the perfect size for me personally. I have a really small face. It's the perfect size for me to blend out my bronzer, and I just kind of want to show you guys what this looks like blended out. Like, it's very warm, I won't lie to you. It is a bronzer, but it blends out beautifully, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous on the skin. It's hard to tell because I have yellow blush on today, but I have been loving this bronzer so much, and I'm not a bronzer person. I've only become a bronzer person like a couple of years ago, but I've been using this bronzer all the fucking time. Even sometimes if I'm like I say I have a Zoom meeting, I'll just pop on some concealer and then bronzer and then put on my brows, and then I just feel like a whole new woman. It's magical. And I think the last face product is for highlighter. I've been back on my Milk Makeup Milk Makeup Flex Highlight in Lit. Now this is definitely a pinky toned highlighter, and it can get a little bit dark. This is what it looks like here. It can get a little bit dark. I will say if you're my skin tone, which is like a ghost, you have to be light-handed with this, because sometimes I like to like layer my, my cat has a bottle cap, sorry. I like to like layer my highlighter. So I'm like, I'll put like one layer on and I'll put another layer on. But with this one, if I do 2 layers, it always ends up being too dark. And then if I look straight on, you can like see the dark marks. So so with this one, you have to be a little bit light-handed if you're fair toned like me, but I love it. It has like, it's like the most perfect like wet look, which I find is really hard to find in highlighters, and I live for it. For eyes, I have been pretty much using my Raw Beauty Kristi Pure Cosmetics palette like non-stop. It's what I'm wearing today. I'm actually wearing the shade Camelot on my lid and blend it into my crease, and I love this shade because like it looks like I have a crease color on, but I don't. And I'm also actually wearing Camelot as my blush, and then I took a little bit of Dandelion from the other side and just tapped it on top of my blush to make it a little bit more vibrant, and I love it. Like, I've obviously mostly been going more for this side of the palette and Cafe Disco from this side, because I think Cafe Disco is the most beautiful single shade in the world. And yeah, I've been loving it. I love these like grungy brown colors, are like so perfect for fall, and this is just such an easy palette to reach for. It has tones I like. I also really love this color, which is called Moo Point, for like a super simple everyday look. It's a beautiful palette. I know that they just restocked these, and so I think there's some available online. So if you can't get your hands on it, I'd recommend it. I mean, I think Pure Cosmetics handled the situation terribly. Even like the shipping out of the palettes was handled terribly. Like, they shipped them out late and just didn't communicate with anybody. Like, it would have been so easy to send all the pre-orders an email that just says, hey guys, I want to let you know things have been delayed by about a week. You should have shipping confirmation by this time, but they didn't do that. And then they put out like a Twitter statement after people were asking for answers. It's just like, I think Pure Cosmetics needs to get their shit together, because like this launch made them look like trash. And then the other palette I've been reaching for constantly has been the Colourpop Going Coconuts palette. These are just like my perfect shades. This shade here in the middle, Cocoa Crush, is such a gorgeous like everyday like lid color. Look at that, so beautiful. I love like the cool tone browns in here. You've got Culotta and Lovely Bunch is kind of like your light toned browns. It's just a beautiful everyday palette. I personally like cool tones, so this is so nice because it's got some cool tones, but I feel like they're more like neutral cool tones. Like, it's not too cool. It's also got some warms like this color here, which is Shell Yeah. And like, it's just a beautiful palette. I absolutely love it. Like, this is like my perfect palette for traveling if we ever get to do that again. So yeah, I love this palette. It's like my, like, these are like my grungy kind of browns, and then these are like my neutral cool tone browns, and it's perfection. For mascara, I have been layering these two mascaras. This is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect in Waterproof. I have eyelashes that refuse to stay curled. It's just like who my eyelashes are no matter what I do. So I have to use waterproof mascara, and then it takes me 7 years to get it off at night, but it's really the only way for me. My friend was like, you should get a lash lift, which like, it's only $80, but like, it's not gonna last me that long. And like, also we're in a pandemic. Where am I going that need a lash lift? So for now, it's not really worth it for me, but I've been loving this mascara. It's such a nice, like, thickening, voluming mascara. And then I've been layering the L'Oreal Lash Paradise on top of it, which I also have in waterproof. And together, these babies are just like voluminous dreams. I'm telling you, voluminous dreams. For eyeliner, I have been using the Fenty Beauty Flyliner for the past couple months. And I will say, if you want, listen, I have never said this before, but if you want the most waterproof liquid liner you will ever find, this is it. I literally cannot get this off of my eyes most nights. I use an oil cleanser and then I wash my face, and I still come out at the end with some eyeliner. Like the eyeliner on my lash line is removed, but there's like a space, and then there's just like more eyeliner. I have to take my like literal nail and just like gently scrape the excess off of my eyeball. So I will say, this is not easy to get off at all. But if you are like me, I have transfer issues because I have hooded eyelids. I need a waterproof eyeliner, and this is thebomb.com. It is a felt tip liner, but I will say this is a very flexible felt tip. Like, for me, felt tips are usually more firm than brush tips, which is why I like them, because I find it easier to control. So I will say, for me personally, and if you are like the kind of person that like the Ardency and Punker liner or the KVD ink liner, this will take a little bit of a learning curve, but it's like black as all hell. It's beautiful, and it is waterproof. I also don't even think it's that, like, it's a little bit shiny. It's not like super matte, but it's not actually shiny. And like I said, it's she black and perfect, 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 perfection. I love it a lot. It's fantastic eyeliner. The packaging is obviously gorgeous. Gorgeous Fenty like gets it. It's one of the ones you shake. And it's great. It just like literally doesn't come off. Last kind of eye product is, I really want one of those like eyeliner brow products, like the new Benefit one, and then there's like an Anastasia one. It's like whatever the Glossier brow blade, like the Urban Decay brow blade, stuff like that. I really want one a lot, but I have so many brow products that I'm forcing myself to finish up before I'm allowed to buy another brow product, because like I just have too many, and it's because I used to dye my hair all the time. So like, but now that I'm back to matching my roots, I have so many like brow colors or brow products that like match my actual hair. So I've been using the Benefit Goof Proof again, and I do love this a lot. It's a super creamy formula. It's the one that has like this angled tip on it. It goes on really well, and what I like about it being creamy is that like I can literally just like wipe it off if I get it too much. There's a spool in at the other end to like blend it out, and then sometimes what'll happen is I hate when you get like that line across the bottom. Like I obviously want the, like I want it like defined, but I don't want you to be able to see like that actual line. So I just take my finger over top of it, and I'll like just kind of blend it in, and it blends it so well. It has time, it like gives you time to work with the product. Like right now, if I was to touch it, it feels pretty like set, but when you're first applying them, you have some wiggle room with the product because it's such a like creamy formula. Because of how creamy the formula is, it can get a little bit messy. There's a little bit of a learning curve with it, but once you kind of get the hang of it, it's super easy. I find it easier when your brows are like freshly done. Like once they're waxed, this is like so easy to do, but like right now my brows are a little bit out of control, so it's a little bit more difficult, but it just leaves me lots of wiggle room. It's a beautiful brow product. I'm in the shade number 4, which let me swatch that for you. It's just like, it swatches like a cool toned brown, but I personally think it's probably more neutral. Like when I put it on my eyebrows, it looks warm to me. But yeah, I absolutely love this, and I've loved it a million times over. I have purchased many of these in my life, but yeah, it's fantastic. Because I personally don't like the like fine tip on like a micro brow or like the Precisely My Brow. It's like too small and I'm too lazy. So if you're like me, these are great. Okay, somehow in the middle of a pandemic, I have 4 lipsticks. It's because it's fall and your girl is just like, I thrive in fall. I thrive in fall. Did I mention I went to a fucking pumpkin patch yesterday? My first 2 lipsticks are from Black Moon Cosmetics. These are their liquid lipsticks. I have the shade Cider and the shade Hazel. I'm pretty sure these were limited edition a couple years ago, and then they actually brought them back. I think what happened was last Halloween, they had an issue with production, and then they couldn't release like their Halloween collection, so they ended up just like re-releasing these shades because they were so popular. And I remember I had been like lusting over Cider for so long, and I was so mad when I like found it and it was discontinued. It's the shade I'm wearing on my lips right now. It's like this beautiful burnt mustard yellow color. Like I don't know how to describe it, but it's literally everything. Like this whole look today was based around wanting to wear this lipstick, and I wanted to do like a super monochromatic yellow look, and honestly, thriving. And then the shade, oh sorry, yeah, that's the shade Cider. And then the shade Hazel is like, it's literally that. It's a hazel, I mean, it's not really hazel green. I would call it more of like a dirty olive green with brown undertones. So this is Hazel and this is Cider. I will say the Black Moon formula is very much like a traditional liquid lipstick in that it dries down to a very matte finish, and it is impossible to get it off your lips. I did this look before I went out to run errands today, and I put the lipstick on so that I could just take some selfies before I left the house and fucked up my makeup with the mask. And then I went to go remove it, and it was a situation, let me tell you. So right now what I actually did was I put my Laneige lip sleeping mask underneath it and then put it on, and now it's like a super comfortable formula. It definitely feels like more malleable, which I really like. So I would say if you don't like that super matte formula, you might not like the Black Moon Cosmetics liquid lipsticks, but this color is literally everything. It's everything. And then the other 2 colors I have to discuss is, okay, first is Colourpop's, I think this is a cream finish or a satin finish. I don't know, it doesn't say anything except for the name on the bottom, which is Aeronaut. And this is a black lipstick, but with a shine to it. Which like you don't see a lot. I find that when you think of black lipstick, you think of like black liquid lipstick, like matte lipstick, but this is what it looks like here. And it's like, it's not really glossy, but it has like a cream sheen finish to it. And I absolutely love this. Now, I actually wore this the other day and I just used a black eyeliner as my lip liner. And I love the way it looked. It's super comfortable. I love the Luxe Lip Formula by Colourpop. It's fantastic. I actually just placed an order from them because I bought the Hocus Pocus collection, and like I really wish they had more lip swatches on their website, or like just swatches in general of their lipsticks on their website so that you could see what they look like before you purchase them. But yeah, this is the shade Aeronaut, and I absolutely love it. If you're looking for a comfortable black lipstick because you don't like liquid lipsticks, then I would highly suggest using this. You can just use an eyeliner as a lip liner, and like everyone has a black pencil liner. And it turned out absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's super opaque. You probably have to put like 2 coats on to make it super opaque, but totally worth it. Super comfortable on the lips. It can get a little dangerous because of how creamy it is. You have to be careful because you could get black lipstick everywhere, which is why some people kind of prefer the matte formula. But if you hate the matte formula, this is fantastic. And then the last lipstick that just always screams fall to me, this is the Dose of Colors Desi x Katy collab. This is in the shade, is it Sauvage? Because there's like an accent aigu above the A. Savage, Sauvage, I don't know. But it's the most beautiful dark, like berry color, wine color. I would definitely call this more of a purple than a red base. But it's like, look at all these colors. Can you tell my vibes? I love this shade so much and I always pull it out in fall. It's just like, it just screams fall to me. Now I'm pretty sure that was limited edition. So I do have this color, which I'm not sure if Colourpop still has either. I'm so sorry about this haul. This is the Colourpop X I Love Sarah He collection. This is the Ultra Matte Lip in Mamacita. I actually bought this because this was supposed to be a dupe for Savage before they had restocked Savage. So let's swatch them next to each other. I would say Savage is darker, and this definitely has more purple than Savage does, but very similar if you're looking for that look. Also, in the vein of lipsticks, let me know down below if you know of like a perfect pumpkin orange lipstick, because that is what I'm looking for. It's what I need in my life right now. Why is no one putting it? Honestly, the lack of fall collections in the beauty world is tragic. So if you know of any pumpkin orange lipsticks, hit me up down below. I need to know. Now watch me try to get these off of my hand. So as you'll see, all of the bottom ones came off, but there's Black Moon Cosmetics holding on for dear life. So those were all of my favorites for like the past couple months, I guess. I don't really know what the time frame is for this, but this is what I've been loving lately. Let me know down below what you've been loving lately. Give me all the fall makeup recommendations down below, because I am just living for fall. It will be fall until it's December for me, so, and like even in December, I'm still like pretty fall vibes makeup wise. Like I don't really go Christmassy, so let a girl know. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my channel up every Tuesday and Thursday, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.